thinking about the man every night and day. And I never lost a minute of sleep and worrying about the way things might happen. We'll keep on turning, turning, rounder and keep on burning, burning, rolling on the river.
Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Now, none of you know us very well, I assume. Some of you may, but most of you won't. So we thought we'd dedicate this episode to fixing that major issue. So what we're going to do, we're going to chat about ourselves, we're going to insult each other.
Tell some
Alfie's
stories
going to be
from the
nice,
past.
aren't
Yeah.
you,
Oh
Alfie?
yeah, of course. Yeah. If you'll be nice to me, I'll be
And
honest.
we're going to share some stories that we've encountered
Yeah,
along
of the
our way
past.
at School X. We're not going to name our school.
No.
So, Alfie, why don't you start?
The first one, viewers, I must say, that comes to mind is when we were on the Austria ski trip. Me and Austin had a bit of a debacle, a ruckus, and it basically... Austin got a bit defensive of his space. We were in a very small box, and short story long, he started attacking me, pummeling me, tossing and turning in all directions, ripping my clothes, all over a lack of space. Practically, I thought it was the end.
That is
No.
completely untrue. That is completely untrue. You made a border around my bed with suitcases, luggage, medical requirements and condiments,
Yeah.
tables.
But to be honest with you, the room was quite small, wasn't it?
No, it was fine until you clogged it up.
But that is my story. And it was resolved by a certain member of staff and another member of the room who quickly ushered to my assistance and got this orangutan off of me.
No, I calmed down, I think is what happened.
You had to have a moment.
I actually can concur that this story did occur. I was 3 stories up in the ceiling above the room, and I got out my Geiger counter and my Richter scale, and it was all in the red, and the whole room was shaking. And I thought that'll be.
Henry, the fight didn't have a half-life. There was no guy.
There was a half-life.
There was no half-life. Right, Henry, why don't you?
So I'd like to cast our minds back to, I think it was around about a year ago now. If you don't know us, me, Austin and Alfie tend to like to go on bike rides to Hailing Island, which is not far away from the city where we live.
It's far from civilization.
It's pretty far from civilization. So we like to cycle around on the Hailing Billy Trail. And there was one time we were having a nice, pleasurable, relaxing bike ride, and suddenly some maniac, namely Austin Taylor, comes up behind
I am
me
not a
and
maniac.
rams my tyre. And my tyre explodes into 1,000 pieces.
I remember on that bike ride when you pulled out in front of the lorry and it started honking. I remember you must remember that. And it went.
That is a near-death
And Austin
experience.
almost died. Seriously, I was actually worried.
I was
I wasn't
panicking.
even laughing, to be
I
honest.
looked back and I was like, Jesus, there's a Volvo lorry
It
coming
was
my way.
yeah, it was humongous.
And because I'm filled with genius, I thought, right, I'm going to jump into the grass because lorries don't drive on grass. So I jumped onto the grass and my life is saved and I'm here today.
And me and Alfie were just laughing at you, basically.
Well, I'd rather you...
It was a
I'd rather
serious. It was quite serious.
No, it
I was slightly nervous for you.
Slightly nervous.
So, Austin, what story have you got?
I've got a story. There was a nearby fire. We were standing on the Astro and there was a fire nearby.
Yes.
Austin, how could we tell there was a fire nearby?
It might have been the smoke. I think that gave it away, to be honest. And all the fire alarms were going off. Basically, clouds were forming in the skies because of this fire. And all I remember, the only thing I can remember is there's a video of Henry standing there.
There could be people in there.
He's got-
They could be dying. They could be
He's got
dying.
both his buttons stood up of his blazer. He's holding his flip phone and he's like, people could be dying.
It's serious. Austin, it's actually serious.
Actually serious. People could be
I
dying.
don't think we should be mocking people for having empathy and concern for others.
Henry, it was an empty shop. There was no one in it.
Well, we know that now, 3 years on.
At the time, it seemed quite serious.
I thought, yeah.
Well, we knew the fire was bad because there was a full moon. And as we know,
No. Yes.
If
full
the
moon
moon's
means
out-
there's a fire.
there must be a
I
fire
didn't know this.
nearby. Me and Austin worked it out.
Really?
Every time we see a fire, the moon's out. So that means when the moon's out, there must be a fire
Yeah,
nearby.
they waited until there was a fire to land on the moon. Did you know?
And viewers, I think that it's time to move on to the next story.
Right, Alfie, you go again.
Well, viewers, this is actually it's quite funny, actually. This is another time one of my friends here attacked me. So it was a break time. I think it must have been a break 2. And there was a large stick on the ground. Austin was throwing it.
right.
I was throwing it. Austin threw it at Henry. We were just throwing it at each other, you know, doing what usual boys do. And then I thought, okay, my turn. I'll throw it at Henry. And it hits Henry, I think, on the head. And he cries out with pain. And he was so angry. He started kicking
He gave me the papal ball of excommunication.
Okay, that is
He
not
ignored
what I did.
Austin
That
for a
is
while.
true. But
We resolved.
sticks aside, Henry, give us another story.
Okay, well, I'd like us to cast our minds back once again to, I believe it was year 8. I was hosting a sleepover at my house. I invited Austin and Alfie over as part of our celebration.
I know where this is going.
For my birthday.
Yes, Alfie, how was the sleepover?
Oh, yeah, I love sleepovers, me.
Yeah, so Alfie decided, I hate sleepovers, but I'll come anyway. And I said, oh yeah,
the
my
first
mum's going
time.
to get us pizza for dinner. And they were like, oh yeah. I said,
Austin,
Alfie,
sorry, let's pause.
Alfie,
He said Pizza Express, didn't he?
No, yeah, you said Pizza Express. and
We've got a
Ken-
voucher.
Ken's Speedy Pizza turned up.
Okay, and what's the issue with that? It's still pizza.
Was not what we were promised, was it?
No.
Well, I was
Okay.
still very grateful.
Anyway,
not
you were
as
very grateful.
described.
The pizza arrived, and what does Alfie do? He goes,
I don't want this one.
Yeah, but it didn't look the best.
yeah, and then you left.
I,
You
So-
didn't
so
even stay
actually-
the night.
no.
Your mum blew up an airbed for him. Spent ages blowing up an airbed.
Yeah.
So you can
She
sleep
did spend like
tonight.
25 minutes.
Yeah,
doing
it's
that.
okay.
And you thought, airbed set up, pizza not eaten, I shall leave.
I had to leave.
It was like
Unfortunately.
9 o'clock.
No, I know, and I do apologise, but it's it's something I'm still working on.
Right. Well, I've got a story
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
from
then.
Berlin.
Okay.
Alfie, this will be interesting for you.
Okay. And you
Alfie wasn't in Berlin.
No, I wasn't. No.
We were all tired from walking around the city. We've been everywhere. We've
We
been
had.
to the Olympic Stadium. We've been to the House of the Volkswagen. We've been everywhere. We've walked about 50 million miles, I think is what my watch said.
I think it was more like 55 million.
55 million miles. Yes, I forgot the little walk we did round the thing.
Yeah.
We got home, we were so sweaty, tired, and we all just wanted a shower. But Henry was like, no, I want to shower first. And we said, just do it, Henry, just do it. Go in the shower. And he thought, but first, I need to do an exercise routine. So he got on his hands and knees, started doing push-ups, doing sit-ups, he was doing...
Peak North Sea time.
Yeah.
It was peak North Sea time.
And I just don't understand. And then you got in the shower, and then we thought we'd get you back. So we unlocked the shower door and just stood and watched you.
Yeah, I heard this.
You just watched me standing in the shower.
And then we thought, well, that's not enough. So he went to his top bunk, collected all of his underwear and undergarments, and put them in the 5-inch thick safe that is.
Oh, so
stored
it
in
was
the
not
left side.
5
It
inch
is
thick.
5-inch thick.
It was thin as paper.
It wasn't thin as paper.
And then I had to spend 15 minutes trying to work out what the code was, and then just put in 4 zeros, and
It
it opened.
So that
And
didn't
I
go
was
very
able to
well.
retrieve my necessities.
But
I
I
wasn't
think,
happy.
no, you weren't happy. He was very angry. But I think overall we've had quite a fun time at School Acts.
Yes, we have. We had a very good time.
Any other things we want to share?
Not really. There's a few we could share, but maybe it's not for the podcast.
Maybe not for the podcast.
Yeah.
I think there's a few we can share on another occasion.
Maybe-
yeah, we can
maybe
come back
next
to
episode.
it. Maybe at the end of each episode we can tell a story.
Yes. But that is it for episode
That concludes
1 of this
episode 1.
terrible podcast, YouTube's hit podcast. Spell it out, you'll notice something. And that's it. Goodbye.
Thank you very much for watching, viewers.
Thank you.
Roll
Thank
the
you very much,
track.
viewers. God bless you.
Play Proud Mary. Come
Yes, come on, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Make sure to like,
Thank
comment,
you.
subscribe, something. Thank you, everybody. God bless you.